So, I'm going to talk about a video game, Mafia 2, which I did play when it came out. It was one of those things where I went to the video store. Remember those days? Video stores? And I went to the game. And it was like a play it overnight because it was it was brand new. And I got, I think I was like I finished the prison scene. So I was like, after like chapter 7, I believe. I was after chapter 6, which is the mafia the prison chapter. So I finished that. So I was kind of like, what, 3-4 hours in, and then I had to return it. But it was always a game that I was like, ooh, this is interesting and really well done. And I kind of, and knowing I'm a fan of crime movies and gangsters and mafia mob type movies like Godfather and Goodfellas and Casino and Godfather 2, and I did saw Godfather 3. Okay, here's the thing. Godfather 1's okay. Godfather 2 is fucking fantastic, and what the fuck was Godfather 3? Just saying. That was a snore fest. Anyway, Godfather 3. Bad. Anyway. But, so, naturally, I'd be a draw to play these Mafia games. So, when the announcement came, like, hey, we're going to release all 3 of them as a package, calling it the trilogy, and we're going to remaster the first 2 to shape it up to, modern day standards, and we're going to put it as a trilogy. But the thing is, we'll release 1 and 2 now, 2 and 3 now, and 1 will come out August, just because they're they're anthology series, I assume. So it's one of those things, right? And so I bought the trilogy. I started with 2. I'm going to play 3, but I just finished 2. And story wise, like, that's the reason I play games, is for the story. And it's pretty well done for 2010 standards, where it wasn't the most important thing. It was like, oh yeah, kind of make it like a movie, but it's not that important. Just, gameplay and all that kind of stuff. The story's not bad. The story's not actually bad. It's the whole thing of, like, you got this guy who's came back for the war, World War II, to be exact. Came back from the war, and he finds out his family is trouble with money, and he finds ways and slips into the mafia life and that. And you just see it's his life. You're just seeing his life into the life of mafia stories and that kind of thing. And it is just that whole thing of fascination about, the deals, the do's and don'ts, and all that. Even though, like, gameplay wise, even though it's, I will say this, is a bit buggy. Like, it is a bit buggy. I mean, there's a few scenes, a few parts where I remember there was a cutscene playing, and it would load into the next cutscene, and it was loading, and you think, okay, this is a long time for it loading. Okay. Do we have to? Would you like to? Would you like to play? Oh no, you're not actually gonna play. Okay, I fucking have to restart. And it was after the the scene after the slaughterhouse sequence, trying to be vague to people who haven't played it. At the slaughterhouse, and I'm like, I had to get into the car, and I have to drive over this way again, and I had to had to have this cutscene play, and then had to get a suit. And here's the thing, it was buggy and glitchy and lagging driving during that moment. And pressing square to enter into a cafe. What's a cafe? Yeah, it's like a cafe restaurant. And the door, and it's like, I'm pressing square, it's not working, and it's like, oh, it's not on screen. So I had to kind of very slowly and keep pressing square to get there. So it's that kind of stuff. Sometimes just out of the blue, it would switch to black. And the only thing there was like the map and the life Mia and that type of thing, and that I mean that's just and the polygon. There's a scene where the polygons on a character just went everywhere. It's like a triangle there and there, and it went for a guy's arm and that and in my head I'm thinking, this is a 2010 game, but of course, seeing a character's face getting all switch up to a flipping point, like it's for me, it's like, okay, fine. There's a part where a guy puts a gun in a guy's mouth, you know, and just like, you shut it, you motherfucker, whatever. Trying to remember the lines were, and you see the bell kind of slithering out of the mouth. I'm like, fine, 2010 standards, but like but to see someone's face just go over there, go through someone's arm, go through the, and I'm like, that's not good. First time me ever saying fucking paragons in the one video. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's a good game. Yeah, I have fun, enjoyment. The story is engagement. It's not one of those stories that has, here's a point A to point B. It's not a child where it's like, okay, Nathan Drake, El Dorado, refining El Dorado, here's these bad guys. It's not that kind of thing where it's like, treasure hunter, bad guys, both trying to get treasure, you know, and we'll have these character depth scenes here. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to play Mafia 3. I bought it, naturally, so I better play it. So, yeah, even though I heard it's like the weakest out of the 3. So, one of those things. Really, the third one sucks. Who knew? But, yeah. 2, set those buggy and the polygon situation. It's kind of good. Enjoyable game.